Welcome to the Branded Username Workshop. My name is CJ Halleck and we'll skip the rest of the introduction to save your time and get straight to it. When it comes to having a website or a successful brand online, the most important step is the first step. Now, as someone who has over 20 years experience building websites, I can tell you that you will never launch a website without a domain. I'm sure you already know you need a domain, but I want to save you from making one of the biggest mistakes you can make when you're starting to build a brand online. Most people will have an idea and run and register the domain. But if you're building a brand and this website and brand are important to you, please don't make that mistake. Yeah, you need to go through and find a good domain, but if you skip this step to find your BU, you're starting on the wrong foot. I know, what's a BU? A BU is your branded username. A proper branded username is when all of your social media usernames, handles, and URLs are uniform, and the same goes with your domain and email address. As my personal brand, my branded username is cj@cjhalleck.com. Now you may say that's just your email, and you're right, it is my email, but let me break down what makes it more than just my email. A branded username contains all parts of your public brand. This includes the following: your name, social media handles and usernames, your domain, and your email. If you look at it in that order, your BU starts with your name. This is where the importance of your own branded email address comes in. So it starts with your name. In this example, it's my initials, which is what I go by, CJ. Then as it goes into your social media handles and usernames, you see that my social media is @CJ Halleck. Then, when you take the @ away, you see my domain and website is cjhalleck.com. And when you put it all together, you not only get your email, but you also get your branded username. Your domain is the core, but you also have to have your URLs, handles, and usernames for social media. So in order to properly claim your branded username, you need to check the availability of 3 key items. Trademark availability, and this is a kill switch if it's taken. Don't play around with trademarks. Domain availability, I only recommend .com domains, so if you can't get the .com, move on. And with HostCheck, they're one of the cheapest places to register a domain, so that helps with every budget. Social media availability. Having your name on the various platforms is important. We're going to check multiple platforms, but for now, we'll just lump them all under social media. And one more bonus, it's not 100% needed, but it is helpful if you have your Gmail address for your branded username as well. For example, my main Gmail address is the exact as my domain and social media accounts, cjhalleck@gmail.com. For now, let's talk about a few key factors you should know before starting your search. At the core, you need to remember the old acronym KISS, K-I-S-S. Keep it short and simple. Ideally, the shorter the better, but keep your character limit to 15. Some social media platforms will limit the length of a username to 15 characters, so make sure you are under that. Is it easy to spell? Is it easy to remember? Think about those jingles you heard growing up on the radio or TV, as well as other taglines or slogans from big companies that stick out in your brain. I know there's a difference, but you can use them as great examples for simplicity. The next 2 tips may sound weird, but over 20 years I have personally registered probably over 1,000 different domains and found these 2 tips to be gold. If you plan on your branded username having multiple words in it, do your best to not have the last letter of a word be the same as the first letter in the next. It normally isn't an issue in writing something up, but with usernames and domains, you can't have spaces, so it can result in people going to the wrong website. It also can cause a tongue twister, which isn't good for the brand. Also, try not to use any words that are often misspelled or confused. While it's very elementary, for example, I wouldn't use your or your in your branded username. When it comes to checking availability for the main 3 key items, it could take some time, but this is a very important step. I know it may sound like a daunting task, but with the free branded username prompt for ChatGPT, it can save you a lot of time and stress. For the rest of the workshop, we are going to go over to ChatGPT so I can show you with the branded username prompt how to find the best branded username for your brand. Before we do, I want to talk about how we are going to check social media. Basically, we're going to go to the direct link with your desired branded username in it. If it shows that there isn't a page or a profile there, that means there's a good chance that it's available. And of course, if you land on a profile or a page, it is taken and you can choose to move forward or look for a different branded username. Now is the time for the walkthrough. Ready? Let's go. Within the screen, you'll see we have ChatGPT open in one tab and brandedusername.com open in the second. What we are going to do is click the button underneath the video that says Copy ChatGPT Mega Prompt. This will automatically copy the Mega Prompt to your computer's clipboard. So now we can go over to ChatGPT and paste it in a new chat and hit send. This will train ChatGPT on how it can help you find your own unique branded username. Immediately, it will ask you for the branded username that you want to check the availability of. In this example, I'm building out a brand for a robot character called Newt that I'm going to use to showcase the easy website template along with other tools and resources. I'm doing this so you can see every step of the process as I build a complete brand online. So I'm going to start by checking the full acronym for Newt, which is NEWT-CB, which stands for Next Level Entrepreneurial Website Tactician and Conversion Bot. So I'll type in all lowercase letters and with no spaces, NEWT-CB, and then I'll click on the send button. At this point, ChatGPT is using your desired branded username and generating a list of links so that you can directly check its availability. As you can see, it is a fairly large list, but that is because, like I mentioned earlier, it's always best to have your own name across all available platforms. When we go through the links, please keep in mind at the time of recording this, not all links work properly. So if you find the link isn't working, you can highlight the link, right-click, and click on Go To. For the first, I'll highlight the domain check, right-click, and then click on Go To. Good news, the domain is available. The next item to check is your trademark. So we'll highlight the link, right-click, and click on Go To. Even better news, the trademark is available. Now we'll start checking availability of the social media sites. First check is for Facebook. We'll click on that link. And now you get to see an example of a roadblock. With Facebook still being one of the most active social media sites, I wouldn't recommend moving forward unless you can get your unique username on all platforms. So I'm going to go back into the message section with ChatGPT and I'll type in the next desired branded username. I am NEWT-CB and hit send. And we will keep going through this until we find a unique branded username that's available on all platforms. So we'll go through and time-lapse our search as we check availability moving forward. Okay, so I've made it through the entire checklist and have one last thing to do, and that is to check the Gmail availability. So we'll click on that link, scroll down, and put in our desired username. Click on check availability, and if we're lucky, it's available and we're off to the races. I hope this has been helpful, and I'd love to hear what BUs you all find. While I'd love for you to share them with me, please move forward with HostJack and register the domain and claim your usernames across social media before you post about it publicly. If you've done that, by all means, please shoot me a message or tag me or Built by Pro so we can see what you all have come up with. If you have any questions, you can shoot me a message all the same. Thank you for trusting Built by Pro, and I can't wait to hear from you.